Welcome to the show, guys. My name's Ty, and I am the host of Pop Culture Corner. I decided that I wanted to start something new with a little pre-recorded style, just something kind of small. Before we get into that, though, make sure to smash that like button, share the show across social media, and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads or live content. You can also support the channel further by becoming a member for as low as $2.99 a month and or sending a super chat during a live show. All proceeds go back into the show and towards giveaways. Speaking of giveaways, we're giving away a Quadcast HyperX microphone valued at $150 this month to one of our members. Could be you. There's 2 days left to become a member before we give that away, and you have to be a member of the second tier or above, so $4.99 or $9.99. But we're also giving a pop vinyl figure of Superior Octopus away to all channel members. So like I said, I wanted to start a new video, and I've been taking a look at Enosh's 2 cents on nonsense, and I think it's a good idea. I think we all need to do something like it where we call out and bullshit. And I've been doing it more frequently, as I'm introduced to more people like Dane and Matt Jarbo and even Enosh. So here is my hate channel reaction video. So I'm going to start a series where I react to a bunch of different hate channels and kind of talk through it and talk about why these people are radical and their views are pretty dangerous at some points. We're going to start off small, not too small, but with RK Outpost. So Ryan Kinel Outpost. He is a very eccentric conservative, if you want to call it that, and he is, in my mind, he's one of the worst ones. He's definitely one of the far right, far radical types. So I picked one of his videos, and the title just says it all. Ready? So Netflix trans activist quits after failing to get The Closer canceled. Dave Chappelle wins. Now, listen, if you know anything about Dave Chappelle and what that special was about, it wasn't to degrade anybody. Yes, the trans community took it a little too far with how they reacted to him, because he is not a hateful person. He's not. So I do get where these guys are coming from, a little bit, but the way that they say it, is that Dave Chappelle wanted this to happen and, subsequently won. And that's not the case at all. No one wins in this fight. There's only losers, because first off, they were trying to cancel Dave Chappelle, the literal greatest comic of all time. That's bad enough in itself. For something that definitely came off the wrong way. And some people didn't even watch the actual special. They just heard the headlines and reacted to those headlines. So there's our fake news cycle, kind of spinning itself. And that's no good. So let's take a look at the video. It's a short one, so this will be a quick one. Okay, so here is the video, and like I said, it's from RK Outpost. So you see the title here: Netflix trans activist quits after failing to get The Closer canceled. Dave Chappelle wins. Now, as I've already said, no one wins in this situation. Dave Chappelle definitely doesn't win, because it was never a fight like that in the first place. Dave was doing a bit about a friend. It doesn't even make sense to me how and they're clearly spinning it so that the people that watch their videos get all up in arms and this is what creates chaos in the first place, though, and that's the problem, is stuff like this.
What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and even though it was pretty self-evident that Dave Chappelle has indeed won against the woke mob, against the activists...
All right. First off, he just comes out firing. There's no, how I did my intro, as it sloppy as it was today, And I fully admit that was definitely like a little sloppier on the intro side for me. Hopefully editing will make that come out a little bit better. You'd be the judge of that. Let me know below. But first off, this dude just I don't know if it's the methamphetamines that he takes or anything like that, but I mean he just comes out ripping and roaring and firing on all cylinders here. I'm not a fan of his. I mean, I'm not like I don't watch his stuff typically. I don't know if he like doesn't do the intro like side of things typically, but he just like there's no pause. It just starts right off. Great. Watch his eyes. Let's do that one more time.
What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the Hate Outpost, and even though it was pretty self-evident that Dave Chappelle has indeed won against the woke mob, against the activists that tried to get him canceled, that tried to get his Netflix special, The Closer, pulled because they were offended by some of the words that he said. They didn't like some of his jokes. They found it too offensive. They thought they could cancel him, and they failed because he refused to bend the knee. He refused to apologize to them.
All right, so there's already so much to break down. I just want to say this, like real quick. The only difference that I can see between this and Geeks and Gamers channel is the placement of the camera. It's one's on top and one's on bottom. And then there's these same little box things and like they must use like the same person or something. But yeah, and the arcade backwards, like the Geeks and Gamers thing. Like it's literally just Geeks and Gamers, but red and blue. That's the only thing I can see here. But Dave Chappelle versus the hate mob, woke, whatever he was saying, it's not a thing. Trust me, if you've ever heard Dave Chappelle talk, it's not him versus anybody. He is the most fun-spirited, loving person that you could ever hope to encounter. All Dave wants to do is make people laugh and have a good life. And he does what he wants. Like the only reason this is big is because people are making it out to be like bigger than it is. That's the only reason. If not a single person said anything, no one would even have batted an eye. But because a headline was spun out of control, I mean, it's crazy. What's the title on this article here? Transgender activist resigns from Netflix because company wouldn't pull Dave Chappelle special. All right, well, let's continue.
These people. Well, now it's pretty clear that Dave Chappelle was really the victor. Transgender activist resigns from Netflix because company wouldn't pull the Dave Chappelle special. And this is one of the people that started this entire thing. This person, I know because I put this person's face in my thumbnails. I know you guys didn't like that.
That's it. Okay. I'm glad that this got brought up in some form or fashion in our first time doing this. The fact that they use these pictures in their thumbnails, like pictures of people to promote, to target their audience, basically. This girl or I don't know what his or her, this person's situation is. I don't know. But they use pictures of people to get people, like before they even enter the video, they're already like, rah, rah! Like Geeks and Gamers uses that one of the girl or the person, I should say, the person at when Trump became president, like the person lost their minds and like, was acting like the world was ending, which was a touch or dramatic, but I mean, people were just super against it. But like they use that picture all the time to like identify the left. That's basically what they do. And he does it too. RK is Ryan Kinel, whatever his name is. He is one of the worst ones when it comes to it.
Had a lot of pushback because I put this face in a thumbnail, and I understand that. And, it's probably going to happen again on this video. So apologies in advance. A transgender activist working at Netflix has resigned after the company refused to cave to tantrums about Dave Chappelle's special, The Closer. The employee Tara Field tweeted, "I'm not pleased with how things ended out, but I believe this is the best solution for all parties involved." And of course, put out a little statement.
Oh my God. So the way that they like mock people is just downright like it's not needed. It's not. It's not needed the way that they change their voice to like sound weak and ridiculous. It's not needed. Doomcock does it. Jeremy does it. They all do it. And like I get it, right? Like that's like a little kid move. Like when you're making fun of another kid on the playground, like that's what you do. Okay. Like you make that little like voice. It's super annoying when they do it too. It's like, aren't you a 30-year-old fucking guy? Aren't you like a man? No? Okay. I'm sorry. I must have misconfused.
Resignation letter here, which we can look at. Reign of Terra, which is her own little website. How cute. And of course, it's full of absolute trash. It's talking about how she's such a victim and how this other transgender person in Netflix is such a victim, but they're going to be okay. Let's read just a little bit of this. My resignation from Netflix. This is a copy of my resignation.
I like how he said, I don't like, but I like how he says Netflix. Netflix. Like he says it like an idiot.
Letter that was delivered to my team and the members of the transgender something resource group, equality resource group, probably. God. Greetings. I've resigned from Netflix. This isn't how I thought things would end, but I'm relieved to have closure. When I was looking to change teams at Netflix, when I was trying to decide if I needed a break from my ERG leadership role, and when I was suspended from Netflix in October, there was one person whose advice I sought in all three cases. B. Pagels Minor. We've talked about B. Pagels Minor. B. Pagels Minor is the person that leaked all of the confidential financial information to the press and then was subsequently fired for it. Of course, this person did deny it, but it was fairly obvious, and Netflix fired that person for that reason. Shortly after B was fired for something I did not and do not believe they did, I made a decision, sink or swim. I was going to walk side by side with B, as they had for so many of us while they led the trans ERG. Last week, B had their son. Think of how insane it is when you start to use this stupid fucking pronoun game. Think of how insane these people sound just in everyday conversations. They are both happy and healthy. Well, are you talking about B and their son, or are you just talking about B? That's an honest question, because now these people have literally changed the English language to accommodate whatever they're feeling at the time, which evidently for B. Pagels Minor is a they, them. And for me, that is the note that I'd like this chapter of my life to end on. I want to focus on the joy, not the heartache. To my boss, we only had a few months working together, but I felt safe, supported, and included, and that means the world to me. Thank you for all your support since I joined the team, and in particular, your support through this entire ordeal. To the trans ERG, it's impossible to emphasize how important the ERG was to me the entire time I was at the company.
Like it's like hard to listen to him read this because he's such an idiot. Like he's just filled with so much hate. And like why does this lady's or this person's I really keep fucking this up and I'm sorry. Why does this person's resignation from Netflix on their own website make him so mad? It's so funny to me that he takes it this seriously. Oh, Lord.
And how incredibly honored I was to be part of it while we grew from just a handful of people to dozens of people attending meetings. The company may prefer the sports team metaphor, but when it comes to the ERG, there's only one way I can describe it: family. To Netflix IND team, your allyship, education, and support within the company made it possible for us to do as much as we did with as small as a group are when we started. I know that work will continue to expand and improve. Each one of you helps move the company closer to what I know we can and should be. I'm eternally grateful to you all. I'm going to take the next month to rest, recover, and consider what I want to do next. I've been working full-time since 2003 and don't think I've ever taken more than a week or two off at once, other than for medical leave. That's basically how all people in the world exist. It's not too often that you get people just taking, other than, I guess, teachers in the summer, that would be the exception. But it's not often people just get like a month and a half or 2 months off in the United States of America. Might be common in other places around the world, but a couple weeks off here and there is kind of normal operating procedure for the vast majority of the working class population here in this country.
Why does that make a difference? Why is this the thing? Why are we talking about this? You see how idiotic it is? Like he takes a whole 22 fucking seconds of this video to explain that that's normal operating procedures in the United States. Yeah, cool, we get it. Move the fuck on. Like, do you have a point that we're getting to at all? Because I'm not seeing one.
Hopefully, the time will allow me to remember the things I love and miss about this work. If you have something, feel free to reach out to LinkedIn. Sincerely, Tara. Man, very, very cringe from Tara Fields. And I guess that's not a surprise. This is the main person who started all of this drama, who went out there on Twitter and got supported by blue check marks and the mainstream media and these weirdos, right? These weirdo stands, these people that have their pronouns in their bios, and that's all that they can talk about. That's all they can think about. That's what their entire personality is based off of, is what they've decided to call themselves and their desire to make sure everybody else calls them.
Dude, I really highly, highly doubt that every single person that you just described lives and breathes pronouns. And their personalities are based off of it. Come on, let's be real. You're taking a little bit out of proportion here.
That too. And when you look at Netflix, this is a company that has, I swear Netflix has more LGBTQ plus programming than maybe any other streaming service out there, and it's not even close. Yet that's not enough. One thing that they don't like on the platform, they end up walking out and resigning over after trying to get Dave Chappelle canceled. Because when you get into this mindset, it is truly nonsensical. The idea that no other opinions other than your own can exist, otherwise they must be canceled. And if they're not, I can't even work here anymore. It's really fucking pathetic. But I guess we should have known that from the start. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Hold the fuck on. Hold on. We just spent 6 goddamn minutes. And you made a video? Who's the real pathetic loser in this situation? The person who resigned from Netflix for whatever reason, regardless, let's take that aside. The person that resigned from Netflix and posted on their website that they resigned and posted their letter, or you, the person that makes a 6-minute video making fun of a person who resigned from Netflix and posted on their own personal website. I don't know, man. You kind of seem like the more pathetic one and the loser. I'm sorry, bud. I'm just telling it how I see it. Regardless of anything. Regardless of Dave Chappelle, regardless of anything. You just made a 6-minute video about someone that you don't like, right? Well, I guess I'm doing that too. But you went out of your way to talk about or to just read her resignation to your audience because you know that'll get a spike from them and that'll get them upset. And that's what needs to be called out is patheticness. I don't know. Is that a word? Pure patheticism. I don't know. It's made up now. But yeah, no, guys like this really are the problem in the world. They turn and honestly, the way I feel, and I probably I would assume maybe I can't speak for him, but I'm assuming that's kind of what they thought is Poindexter Lounge, right? Is we have to almost stoop down to their level to combat them. Because clearly the algorithm is in their favor every time. Hate drives hate, chaos fuels chaos, and controversy sparks from it, right? We want to just talk about movies. But you, Ryan Kinel, Geeks and Gamers, Doomcuck, etc., 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 etc. The list goes on and on and on. People that pollute the platform with anger and hate are the people that somehow have 80,000 subscribers, 271,000 subscribers. So we have to combat it and we have to fight you. We have to drop to your level in order to call out your bullshit. And that's, my friend, what you are, is bullshit. I would probably lay off the Adderall as well, because you're coming on a little too strong. All right, guys. Well, next up, I don't know who we'll do. Let me know in the comments below, which hate channel should we do next time? Because I'm going to go through them all, and we're going to pick a video each time. Maybe we'll do, like, there are channels that we'll do multiple for, but I thought this would be a cool little fun segment that we'll do, is we'll combat idiocracy, and it'll be fun. And we'll have some fun doing it. So, as always, guys, make sure to like this video, share it across social media, and through the stars. I can't take myself seriously sometimes. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can become a member for as low as $2.99. We have a really cool giveaway this month, and it's a HyperX Quadcast USB microphones. Get some LEDs built in. They're red, just like Pop Culture Corner. It's got a shock mount too, like a anti-vibration shock mount. It connects to like a nice microphone arm like this very easily, but it also comes with a stand if you don't use one. So it's a $150 USB microphone, and we're giving it away for free. Well, cost of membership, but $9.99 or paying $150. So it's up to you guys. We're also giving away in the lieu of Spider-Man No Way Home, which tickets will be on sale Monday, which is tomorrow. Make sure you're available. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to sell out immediately. And you definitely want to see this movie as quick as possible, considering the speculation, the rumor mill, and everything that's going on with it. So make sure to get your tickets on Spider Monday, or whatever they're calling it. And send a super chat during the live show. All proceeds go back into the show and not my pocket, contrary to popular belief. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.